The male gaze is a feminist theory that looks at a representation of women and how this is perceived by the audience. For feminists, it can be thought of in three ways: how men look at women, how women look at themselves, and how women look at other women. Laura Mulvey is a British filmist and film theorist who coined the term male gaze in 1975. She believed that women should enjoy the attention of attracting the gaze and put themselves in a position to be looked at. The concept of the gaze is one that deals with how an audience views the person or people presented.
An example of the male gaze is in Ariana Grande's music video for Side to Side. The music video is primarily a performance-based video, indicating most of the video finds the artist to be lip-syncing and dancing. This therefore puts sound important to the music video, as it allows the artists and dancers to be choreographed to the beat for their performance. As they are dancing throughout, when looking at their body language, you can see how it applies the male gaze theory. For example, moving their hips and flicking their hair all creates an image of being sexual and flirtatious, therefore conforming to the male gaze theory. By the performance and choice of costume, incorporating sexual dance moves and facial expressions such as winking towards the camera, it encourages the male gaze theory because it represents women to be a sexual object and only to be displayed for visuals of pleasure for men.
On the other hand, it challenges the genre's representation of men, considering it's unusual for men involved to be wearing nothing but the underwear. This is because they are usually dressed head to toe and often in expensive clothing such as suits or expensive brands. The fact that men are to be seen through a heterosexual view of a woman in the music video too, it contradicts the male gaze theory due to the fact that the theory only applies for the woman to be the visual pleasure.
Different genres tend to represent women in different ways. In many R&B music videos, women are hypersexualized and are viewed in a weaker manner. They would be seen as objects by other artists and treated and spoken about that way in songs and through music videos. Some female artists would also be shown to care about their appearance through heavy makeup and revealing clothing, which can relate to the idea of them being viewed as seductive.
However, some artists such as Beyoncé are known to challenge these representations and involve this in their lyrics. For example, her song Who Run the World is all about female dominance, showing that women are not less superior than men.
Females in rock music videos have a different representation in comparison to R&B. Instead of them being the less dominant gender in the genre of rock, women like to view themselves as equal and therefore portray themselves in this way. For example, they don't wear low-cut tops and short skirts. They would wear t-shirts and leather jackets. This is similar to the way a man would dress and therefore going against the stereotype of how women generally dress.
However, there are some criticisms of the male gaze theory. Many people argue that some women enjoy being looked at. Such examples can be seen with beauty pageants and models who enjoy the limelight. The gaze can also be directed towards members of the same gender for several reasons, not all of which are sexual, such as in comparison to body image and clothing.